how do you help people resolve this particular fear of heights because you're going to help them climb different levels of awareness, and then there's a sudden fear of this height. What do we do then?
Absolutely. I mean, and I think, that fear is quite natural for everybody to, for it to kick in at any point in time for anyone. Um, for example, they may know who they are. They may be very convinced with their values and, what the non-negotiables are. And then they may have that doubt of, would this fly if I was to say it at an interview, for example, right?
Mm,
And my question there back, the way I asked him is that, well, if you had to go, without it, right? You would maybe take that role, it would be perfect on paper, but you will evict yourself out of that situation sooner than later. See,
yes,
that's the thing, that core authentic self is never going to accept any kind of misalignment, right? And if there is misalignment, it does the work on its own. And that's how we see, sometimes we see redundancies, we see us being removed to another geography, or, sometimes people leave, right, from our environment. And it's because something is not aligned, right? So the question is, what's really at stake? And what are you really going to be losing?
mm, mm. Correct,
Right? Yeah.
correct,
So I mean, it's again about seeing how they have defined those heights for themselves.
correct,
Are
correct.
we ready to even scale a certain height? Maybe we are not yet prepared for it. Again, I think we put too much emphasis on certain things, and then we think that we can just work around it or work towards it, and things are then going to be hunky dory. What is work-life balance for me could be something very different for you,
Yeah,
right? So again, whatever works. And again, it's just about opening up that possibility of defining it for themselves and then owning it. And that's why, I go back to the knowing, believing, and owning. Like,
mm,
we all know work-life balance is necessary for us, right? A coachee could believe that he or she has it or doesn't have it, right? Based on what they're hearing from others, or based on the work that they're putting out there, or based on just comparing themselves with somebody else,
correct.
right? The ownership is when you're doing something that is absolutely right for you, regardless of what anybody else thinks.
Mm,
Right? And once you have that ownership, it is absolutely liberating.